Okay, so here we have a Filippi single, and on the left there, I mean the top edge, there's a little bit of crack in the paint where the yellow tape is. And then as you go down here on the deck, on the starboard side there, you can see there's 3 little punctures, and one on the port side here. And then the wash deflector, wash box, whatever, it's got a little crack in it. And then one thing I noticed was that the inspection cover is kind of cracked. I can't take my hands off to show it to you, but it functions, but it's not watertight. The other thing is that you should always be opening up your boat, because I just opened this up and you can see there's just like condensation in there. So it's always good to put its shoes up and let it breathe. And then right there on the port side, there's a tiny little crack in the carbon, but that's because there's a hole in the boat on the outside. You'll see that on the bottom video. And then stern deck looks pretty good shape. There's one little spot down here, but I actually think it probably was like that when we got it new. And then the stern tip there, the paint's like worn off. So now onto the hull here, and you can see where the yellow tape is. There's a couple chips out of the cutwater there. And although the boat is really pretty clean, it's starting to get that yellow tinge to it, that we could get this cleaned up pretty easily. And then the unfortunate thing is that I found there's a scratch on the bottom of the boat that's really long. However, it's really kind of a minimal scratch. I mean, it won't sand out, but we could minimize it a little bit. I don't know if it really warrants getting done. Although there's just some residue there from the impeller, I'm guessing. And where the yellow is, there's a tiny little puncture. And then the stern tip there, you can see there's a couple little paint chips. So I mean, I really had to get down and dirty to really see this scratch. I mean, I know it was there. Where the Filippi is, there's a hole there. That tape came with the boat. There's a little tiny little puncture right to the right of the piece of yellow tape there, but you can see this. You can't even see this scratch, I'm sure, in the video. So I would suggest leaving it alone. Maybe we can diminish it a tiny little bit, but to repaint that section is like pricey, because the paint's expensive and the time it takes to prep it and blend it and all that good stuff.